So to distress this, once we've merged this into the studio scene, we want to apply a blend material. So I've created the antique oak and the duck egg, and I've got a blend material here. So I'm going to plug in my wood to the base, and then the coat is going to be the paint. I'm going to instance that, and you can see what that's doing. So we've got the base of wood here, and then when we put this coat on, it blends it together, and we haven't defined how to blend it. So I've created a distress map here, just using this as the demo example, and if we plug that straight into the blend, it's going to show the wood in the areas where there's black. So if I select this bitmap and display it on the model, you'll see that if I run an interactive render now, we should see wood wherever there is black. So that's cool. That's a quick way of getting the distress, but we also need to now dictate the areas where we don't want the distress, and we're going to rely on the model for that. So that's why it's important that we use real world scale and that the model is clean. So to do this, I'm going to apply Curvature Maker, which is here. To install this, we're going to use the Soulbound scripts pack, and what we need to do is just grab these three, and we're just going to drag and drop them into our root 3ds Max folder, which we can see up here. And then you'll probably need to restart Max. You'll be able to right click and go to Customize and Toolbars. Somewhere in here you should find Soulburn, and we're looking for Curvature Maker, which is here. We're only really going to be needing Curvature Maker, so just drag and drop that up here. And once you've done that, you can click on it and you'll see what that's done. It's going to be easy if I turn this off. And what this is going to do, where there's white areas, it's going to show our mask. So it's going to show the antique oak showing through, merged in with this bitmap. So you'll see that our output here is channel 66, as is our gradient here, which is 66. And then what we've done is mix the gradient with our distress map, and then we plug that into the blend. And if I run an interactive render now, we can see that now the whole object isn't covered with the antique oak. So I'm just going to zoom in to demonstrate some more. So here we can see the distress, and if we go back to curvature, and we can change the scale, bring more in, and if we pump up the scale, we can also use these convex and concave, and even the flatness. But that's doing the whole model. So if we actually want to focus on some other areas, which is probably going to be necessary. So I mean, let's take a door for example, but you can start kind of breaking up the model and individually going in and showing how much distress it should have. So if we just right click and copy this data set, let's select this pillar for example, and we're going to detach it. So we're going to detach that object. We'll go to it. I'm just going to hide unselected. Let's zoom in, and I'm going to paste back our data channel on there. I'm just going to change these colours back to black and white. And then we can go back to the curvature, and let's just bring the scale down right away. You can see now that we only have a small amount of stress on the edge, so you can go through, do that quite quickly. I'll show you another example here. There seems to be quite a lot around this area, so let's just select that. We're going to detach it. I'm going to select it and hide unselected. I'm going to paste the data channel back on. We don't need to change this every time. And I'm just going to bring that scale down quite a lot. And you can see we've removed quite a lot of the distressing. If you want to bring more distressing, you can change the scale. Also have a play with the convex and the concave. So this is my solution to controlling the distress on the object. I think the main thing to get right really is this bitmap, which we can customize anyway. But that would be my solution to that.